going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. We're here for lineup update number 5 of the season. We've added a bunch of new diamond cards to the squad. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. We're 91 overall right now. There's a quick sneak peek at it. Now, to explain how we got to this point, I got to tell a little story. I have had some incredible luck over the last month with free cards that were rewarded to me either after a game or the daily free card. So I lucked out a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of this. I did post it on Twitter, but I got a Josh Donaldson 96 overall diamond card. I got it in a loss. So I lost a game. They do the little cards that you're going to get. No way I'm going to get this card. Everything starts going away, and lo and behold, the Josh Donaldson was the only card left. So that helped me get some stubs. And today, in another loss, I guess maybe the key is to lose games. In another loss, I got an Aroldis Chapman. I already have him on my team. So I ended up getting another one, sold it, and made some improvements to my bullpen. So let's take a look at my 5-man pitching rotation. We got Steven Strasburg. I ended up getting this card probably 2 weeks ago through the captain's thing. I don't know what it's really called, the captain's program. That was the first purchase I've ever made. I saved up enough tickets for it, and I just happened to have level 30 for the David Ortiz captain, and we got Strasburg. I've only pitched one game with him, so I haven't really got to use the card. We'll definitely do a diamond shopping episode once I get some more gameplay. We got Johnny Cueto, who I've only probably used twice. David Price, I think, was on the team last time we did a update. Ubaldo Jimenez has been here for a while, still one of my favorite pitchers. And then we got Danny Salazar. I'm certainly going to be looking to make one more change to my rotation. I'm happy with these 4 guys, but Salazar we might have to replace eventually and get ourselves another upper tier gold or maybe even another diamond pitcher. I noticed slowly that the cards are starting to become a lot less expensive. I think once Madden comes out in a couple of weeks, you'll really see a decline in the market because this game's probably going to lose a lot of active users. So if you're looking to upgrade your team, I would say probably wait another week or two. So we're going to take a look at my bullpen here. It's really comprised of a bunch of closing pitchers, but I really like how this team has been put together. So a lot of high velocity guys in my bullpen. We got Kelvin Herrera, who can throw over 100. We got Carter Capps with really good velocity, and he also he really has just a weird pitching motion, so it's hard for people to pick up. Has a great fastball, great curveball, great slider. Andrew Miller was the card that I picked up today, another diamond added to the squad. So when I got that free Aroldis Chapman, I decided to sell it and then buy Andrew Miller. I needed another lefty in my bullpen. I basically had 2 with Chapman, and you see Zach Britton down there. And I just felt like I was missing one more, so we got rid of Alex Colomé from the Rays and ended up putting Miller in there. We got Hunter Strickland, another nice velocity guy. Flashback Joba Chamberlain, I've been telling you guys about this card for months now. It's fantastic. He's still my setup guy. In the 8th inning, I bring him in, he shuts it down, and then sets it up for Chapman to get the save. And then we got Zach Britton in there, as I mentioned, and Chapman, obviously. So I really like my bullpen. I know like 2 team update episodes ago, it was something I was going to focus on, and I certainly did, and I like how it's put together. I think eventually we'll probably replace Hunter Strickland. I'd like to go out and get Dylan Patantis, so we'll probably make that change. And I also been looking at that Flashback Fernando Rodney. Looks like an interesting card. He's got some really good deception, circle change, and a regular changeup, along with that fastball, which has good velocity. So we might have to go check that card out. So let's go ahead and take a look at our lineup. First, we're going to start out with our catcher, which is Jonathan Lucroy. Nothing's really changed there. I've had him for a while. Eventually, I think I'm going to go out and try to get Posey, but Lucroy is a very affordable option, and he's a pretty good producer. We hit him 8th in the lineup right now. At first base, no change there. Anthony Rizzo, 93 overall diamond card. At second base, we went out and made a big purchase. So I mentioned that I got that Josh Donaldson a couple weeks ago. I lucked out. I ended up selling it because obviously I have Nolan playing third base, so I wasn't going to be replacing him. I tried out Jose Altuve for a couple, I'd say probably a week, and he just wasn't very impressive. I couldn't get on base. He has great contact against, pitching, but I just couldn't find a groove with him. So I ended up selling him, and I went out and got the Flashback Cano. I've had his gold card on my squad for a while. I've always liked Cano's swing and his batting stance. I had him on my team pretty much all year last year. So we went out and got the 97 overall diamond card. Now, I'll be honest, I've only played a couple games with it. I haven't done anything special with it, nothing that I haven't been able to do with the gold card. So we could find ourselves in a position where I sell this, pick the gold card back up, and maybe use those stubs elsewhere, maybe somewhere in the outfield. Third base, we got Arenado, no question there. You see Chris Bryant. We play him in left field, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. We did a diamond shopping episode on him last week. This card is very good, either in the leadoff or two-hole. He gets on base a ton for me. Left field, that's where we have Chris Bryant playing. You know that the Cubs like to move him around, so in-game they have him as third baseman, but I put him out in my left field. And then we moved Flashback Carl Crawford to center field. Great speed. He's able to chase, the fly balls down, and he's still a really good leadoff hitter when I'm facing against right-handed pitching. His contact against righties is just absolutely brilliant. Take a look at that, 96, and once he gets on base, he's certainly a base-stealing threat. And then in right field, we got Cargo. I've been kind of thinking about making a change there, but Cargo's playing so well in real life. I think he should get an upgrade. I think he should be in the 90s. I mean, he's playing very well. One of the top RBI and home run guys since the All-Star break. He was an 89 to start this year out. They bumped him down to an 87, and he's been stuck there for a while, even though he's really been producing for my Rockies. So hopefully Cargo can get into the 90s. I think eventually I'll try to save up and get his flashback card. I do, eventually want an all-diamond lineup, and we're pretty close there. We're pretty close. And then quickly we'll take a look at the bench. We got Francisco Lindor, who's the backup shortstop. Like to use him in a lot of situations where I'm forced to put in a pinch hitter because maybe I swapped out my I'm forced to put in a pinch hitter, but I know that my opponent is probably going to put in a pitcher to match up, so I like putting him in because he's a switch hitter and he can counteract both of that. We got Charlie Blackmon and Gregory Polanco as the left bats. Blackmon is just a great producer. Polanco really good against right-handed pitching, and then Wilson Ramos, so I don't really use much. We have him there at backup catcher. I might switch him out for Celta Lamacchia again, because I really only had Ramos in there earlier a couple weeks ago when I needed another right-handed bat in my bench, but I ended up putting Evan Longoria there. So maybe we'll take a look at replacing Ramos, but there's my bench. For the most part, I really only end up using Lindor, Blackmon, and Longoria in most situations. Sometimes Polanco, again, depending on the situation. But that's the squad. Again, a 91 overall. We've made improvements to our pitching staff, pretty much everybody. And as you can see, we're very close to all diamond. We got center field, right field, and catcher to take care of, so that could probably be Posey, Flashback Cargo, and maybe Mike Trout would be nice in there, but I'm broke on stubs. We got to work that marketplace and build it back up. Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to have a gameplay with this squad later today for this week's episode of This Week in Baseball, so if you want to see them in action, be on the lookout for that. Peace!